3 years had passed. My sister Aarya hadn't returned home, and then one evening, she was standing at the doorstep, smiling, exactly as she was 3 years ago. Not a single wrinkle, no fatigue, no change. A strange fear gripped me, because my sister's face looked a little too perfect. But that night I went to the kitchen for water, and she was standing there, in the dark, facing the wall, slowly whispering something. Aarya whispering, "Not yet. He doesn't know." The moment the glass slipped from my hand, she turned around in a flash, faster than human speed. "Aarya, brother, why are you awake?" Her smile felt wrong. The next morning I was looking through old photos, and in every photo her face was slightly different. Jawline, eyes, hair, a slight difference in everything. But now, she looked like an absolutely perfect copy. That night, I showed her to my friend over a video call. I turned the camera towards her. She didn't blink for more than 40 seconds. "Friend? Dude, why is she staring straight at the camera? End the call." I understood. Something was deeply wrong. I started researching, and I found a line. When a person returns after years and looks exactly the same, check their reflection. The next morning, I held a mirror up to her. She lifted her face, and first the reflection in the mirror smiled, then the real Aarya. A second's difference. But that 1 second was enough to terrify me. In fear, I dropped the mirror. Just then, my phone rang. Unknown number. Real Aarya, weak voice. "Brother, it's me. The real Aarya. The one in your house is not me. She has taken my place. Please, be careful." Call cut. The ground slipped from under my feet. I ran straight towards the basement, and what I saw there, I will never forget for the rest of my life. A metal table, surgery tools, and a mask-like human face. A camera behind it. I played the video. The real Aarya tied up screaming, "Please don't take my face. Let me go." The video cut off, and at that moment, someone said from behind me, "Fake Aarya, you shouldn't have seen this." I turned around, and she was standing there, completely emotionless. Me, "Who are you?" She slowly placed her finger beneath her chin and began to peel off her face. Beneath was a smooth synthetic skin, completely devoid of emotion. "Fake Aarya, I'm your sister's replacement." The perfect version. I ran. She followed me silently. No matter where I ran, she met me a step ahead at every turn. In a cabin in the jungle, I found the real Aarya, exhausted, imprisoned, alive, but barely breathing. Real Aarya. "Brother, she's coming." Fake Aarya laughed, standing at the door. The real and the fake both looked at each other. "Fake Aarya, I took your face once, I can take it again." I stepped in between. The fight began. Her strength was inhuman, but I got one chance. I plunged an iron rod into her neck. She began to glitch. Her face began to melt. "Fake Aarya. Perfect." And slowly she fell and was finished. We returned home. Life started to feel normal. But one night, Aarya was in the bathroom, near the mirror, and I was watching from the door. When she lifted her face, there was a slight glitch in the mirror behind her, and the reflection moved a moment before her. She was scared. "Aarya," slow whisper. "Brother, this story isn't over." After that night, I thought everything was finished. Fake Aarya was dead, and the real Aarya was back. But I was wrong. In the coming days, strange things began to happen in the house. Sometimes the mirror's reflection would move before the actual movements. Sometimes the bathroom light would turn on by itself at night. Sometimes Aarya's voice would call me from behind, even when she was right in front of me. One night I shouted and asked her, "Me, Aarya, are you okay? Are you hiding something from me?" She replied with a terrified face, "Aarya, brother, it's me, but sometimes I feel like someone inside me is slowly coming alive." My heart skipped a beat hearing this. I realized that fake Aarya, she hadn't been destroyed. A part of her had entered the real Aarya. That night, I couldn't sleep. At 3 a.m., a strange noise came. I rushed to Aarya's room, and what I saw was enough to make me lose my mind. Aarya was standing in front of the mirror. Her hand was touching the mirror, and the mirror looked slightly swollen from the inside, as if someone was pushing it from behind. The mirror slowly started to shake, and I saw a face appearing in it. Fake Aarya's face, completely corpse-like, melted, leaning forward from behind that mirror. Fake Aarya, distorted whisper. "Aarya, give me my face back." Aarya screamed, and I ran towards her. As soon as I grabbed her, the mirror cracked, and for a moment that synthetic fake face, right next to me, appeared giving a glare. Then it vanished. Aarya was crying. "Aarya, brother, she's still alive. She's coming back. She's going to take complete control of me. I hugged her, but her body felt strangely cold, colder than before. The next evening, Aarya developed a fever. Her eyes started turning red. Her voice sometimes spoke in two parts, one real and one glitchy. Aarya dual tone. Bruthera, I'm not alone. I immediately called a specialist, an expert in scientific experiments and body manipulation cases. He shined a torch into Aarya's eyes and took a step back. Specialist, this is not a normal infection. A synthetic living code is reacting inside her. I was in shock. How can we remove it? The specialist said, there is only one way. We have to call the fake entity out. The mirror is its medium. Only when it appears in the mirror in its complete form can we break it and stop the entity. I nodded with fear, but there was no other way. That night, we turned off the lights and stood with Aarya sitting in front of the mirror. Only one candle was burning in the room. The mirror slowly fogged up, then darkness, then a shape. It had returned. Fake Aarya's melted face began to emerge from behind the mirror. This time the whole body was visible, slightly twisted with synthetic glitches. Fake Aarya, move aside. She is mine. Aarya's body began to shake, as if someone was trying to break out from inside her. The specialist whispered in my ear, when it appears in its full form, break the mirror! The form began to emerge completely. I was waiting. I had an iron rod in my hand. Then Aarya screamed, brother, now! I broke the mirror with all my strength. A loud blast-like sound. The air pressure in the room increased. Fake Aarya's scream rattled the eardrums. Then everything went dark like night. The candle went out too. We turned the light on after 30 seconds. The mirror was broken. Fake Aarya was gone. Aarya was unconscious but alive. Everything seemed normal. But when I was carrying Aarya to the bed, I felt a slight plastic-like texture on her shoulder. I slowly looked at that spot. Beneath her skin, a synthetic layer was faintly glowing. I trembled. Aarya opened her eyes. And very slowly, exactly like fake Aarya, she gave a slight smile. Brother, you don't understand. It is me. When Aarya gave that smile, exactly like fake Aarya, my feet froze. That smile was not human. I slowly asked, me. Aarya, is it you? She sat up, a strange calm in her eyes, but her voice was completely flat. Aarya, brother, it's me. Just a little changed. The texture of her hand was plastic-like, a faint line near her neck, as if the skin was sewn together. I understood. Fake Aarya didn't completely leave. A part of her had rooted inside Aarya. The next morning, Aarya was behaving completely normally. Casual, sweet, as if nothing had happened last night. But when I watched her from the kitchen, her reflection on the fridge glass was moving 2-3 seconds before her actual movement. And as soon as I made eye contact, the reflection smiled, looking directly at me. Not Aarya. The reflection did. My heartbeat doubled. That night, Aarya stopped and stood outside my room. Aarya, soft voice. Brother, if I change, will you still recognize me? I asked in a faint voice. Why are you asking me all this? Her reply came in a sweet but slightly glitchy tone. Aarya, just testing. She left. But at 3 a.m. I heard a sound, like someone was scraping a mirror in the bathroom. I went slowly, and what I saw shook my soul. Aarya was standing inside the bathroom, in front of the mirror. She was touching her face, and the skin on the side of her cheek was stretching and snapping back, just like rubber. There was no emotion in her eyes. I froze in fear. She slowly said, Aarya, brother, I think I am 2 people now. Then she slowly bent into the mirror and said, Aarya, one me and one her. Suddenly from inside the mirror, that fake melted face slightly emerged and stood behind Aarya's reflection. Aarya's reflection split into 2 parts. One, her real copy, and one like the fake Aarya. The real Aarya started screaming, Aarya, stop, please stop. At that moment, the fake reflection tried to pull its hand out of the mirror. Cracks appeared on the mirror. I immediately pulled Aarya out. But a strange thing happened. When I held Aarya's hand, her wrist turned metallic blue, as if her blood was circulating like metal. Aarya passed out. I showed her to the doctor. The report showed something strange. Aarya's cells are forming a 40% synthetic structure, meaning fake Aarya's code was now mixing with her DNA. The doctor said a line that still echoes in my ears. If this rate continues, in a few days Aarya's body will become the container for that fake entity. I was in shock. How to stop it? How to bring her back? The doctor said, there is only one way. Go to the place where fake Aarya was created. Destroy its core. Only then will it leave Aarya. We both went back to the basement space, the same place where fake Aarya had set up the surgical equipment. In the basement, a small door was hidden behind the wall, as if someone had deliberately covered it. Inside was a dark room, cold, silent, and the smell was like burnt plastic. In the center of the room, there was a capsule. A faint blue light was glowing inside it. Aarya's voice came from behind. "Aarya, brother, this is the source." I was astonished. "How do you know?" She gave a slight smile. That smile that fake Aarya gave. "Aarya, because she's alive inside me." Then her eye color glitched. In one moment, her pupil changed into a square shape, then back to normal. She spoke in both voices. "She doesn't want you to destroy it." But I do." My breath caught. Both were speaking inside Aarya at the same time. I raised the rod to break the capsule, but Aarya grabbed my hand. Her grip was iron strong. Fake Aarya from inside Aarya. "Be careful, brother. If you break this core, I will die. And Aarya too." The room grew cold. Arya's real voice was crying, "Brother, please do it. Save me." Fake voice, "If you break it, both will be finished." I hesitated, holding the rod. What should I do? How to make a choice? Aarya said in a weak voice, "Brother, I trust you." And at that moment, her body shook, her eyes turned white, and fake Aarya took complete control. Fake Aarya screaming glitch, "Don't choose. Whatever you do, I will win." I swung the rod with force. Fake Aarya distorted the muscles of Arya's face, but Aarya used her last conscious force to push the rod. I broke the capsule with all my might. A blue light exploded into electric sparks. Aarya screamed. Her body glitched. Synthetic and human layers flashed simultaneously. Then suddenly, everything was silent. Aarya fell to the ground, completely still. I screamed, "Aarya!" Her heartbeat slow, but present. I picked her up and took her to the hospital. 2 days passed. Her eyes were closed. Reports were unclear. On the 3rd day, she opened her eyes. Her eye color was normal. Her hand had a human texture. I cried, "She's back." She gave a slight smile. This time, human. "Aarya, brother, I'm back." I hugged her. But as she was hugging me, a tiny LED dot-like light on the back of her neck blinked for a moment. Just a microsecond. I looked. She smiled silently. "Aarya, brother, it's all over." But in the reflection in the window glass behind her, for a moment, fake Aarya's melted grin appeared, then vanished. I half ran into the cabin. My hands were still trembling. But I was ready. Whatever the truth was, I would end it today. The first words that came to my mind, "If you are the real sister, then who is lying?" A white cold light was burning ahead, and in the middle of that light was a glass chamber. And inside the chamber, my sister. But one more shock. The other sister immediately came from behind me. Both had the same face. Both had the same tear in their eyes. But in the breath of one was truth, and in the breath of the other, a devilish silence. I slowly said, "Enough. Now only one of you will leave here. The one who is real will say her one last sentence." That sentence that only my sister would say. Both stopped. In the room, only the humming sound of a machine. The first sister said, "Scarlet, you always hold my hand before crossing." The second sister said, "Scarlet, you never leave me alone in the dark." 2 arrows struck my heart. Both answers, correct. Both were my sister's sentences. But one thing went wrong. The locked chamber behind clicked open by itself. And a soft whisper came from inside. "Scarlet, don't trust any face." My breath stopped. I slowly went towards the chamber, and what I saw inside froze my soul. The third sister, the same face, but a worn-out fear in her eyes, as if she had been locked up for many days. So this was the original. The other 2 were duplicates. Both fake. I spoke between fear and anger. "Who are you 2? The fake sisters smiled simultaneously, an unnatural, bone-chilling smile. They spoke one sentence. "We are what she feared becoming." And the room lights instantly blink burst. Machines overloaded. Alarm screaming. The original sister was yelling from behind, "Scarlet, run!" They aren't human. But I didn't run. I walked straight towards those 2 duplicates. One of them's skin flickered, which froze my spine. That face was moving like rubber, as if it were another mask. I took a cold breath and said, "Enough, whatever you are. You are not my sister." And I picked up the emergency glass breaker and tore off their face mask. And in that 0.5 second of silence, when the mask fell, the real truth was revealed. Beneath their faces, there was no face at all. Just a blank, expressionless, smooth surface, like a face waiting to be assigned. Both let out a sharp screech and got ready to attack me. I grabbed my sister and turned towards the exit door on the side. The room behind us was collapsing. Alarms, lights, metal. Everything was chaos in a second. but only one sentence was ringing in my ears. A fake face can copy expressions, but not memories. We both ran out to the outside forest area. I hugged her tightly. She was trembling, but alive. And when we both sat in the jeep, I looked in the rear mirror. In the middle of the forest, 2 faint silhouettes were standing, their faces still blank, as if they were choosing the next target's face. I whispered, "This isn't over.